Jones, and this is a short overview of my background study for a retail store called Just For You Fashions. Um, Now, this short review will just cover the security requirements and design considerations for the implementation of a smart camera system. Now, before you can protect anything, you need to know what they are. So, the identification, classification, and valuation of the assets will be done using the ISO 27001 standard for information security management systems. It will be used to create extensive inventory of all assets and make the necessary classifications. There are some steps, and the steps can be summarized into 5 stages. One, identify, classify, determine ownership and responsibility. Um, Look at the value of the assets, regularly review and update, establish protection measures, and document asset details. Now, even though these have been listed in steps, um, there are situations, or I would say in the real world scenario, you have overlaps. So it's not a hard and fast um, chronological order per se. What needs protecting for the store, as in a typical store? One of the main things are the stocks and goods, as without these, you basically have no store because they form the basis of what the store is about and the services they offer. Then you have cash or a safe where you have important documents and cash. You have the POS devices and computers. Normally, computers and POS devices are interconnected at cash registers where customers go to do their transactions with their debit or credit cards. And then there are the network devices, which includes the firewalls, which is network video recorders, um, access points, cameras, etc. So based on the devices or the category of devices identified, this is a detailed list of the critical assets. And with Just For You Fashions, there are 4 POS computers along with the credit card machines. Then you have management PCs, one for IT, which is used to monitor the network, and then 2 for the general manager and the sales manager. And you have a security computer used for monitoring or overseeing all activities in the entire store. And you have the switches to the firewall, safes, access points, and the credit card machines listed themselves. And based on this, it assigns whether the data being held by the devices are internal, confidential, or external. Based on the nature of the business, they have to be either internal or confidential, as everything is important. And then you have the persons who are responsible for protecting each assets, um, ranging from sales manager, general manager to the IT systems engineer. And then the location of devices, um, in general and specifically where they are. Now, after identifying assets, a part of risk management is just having a general overview as to the monetary value of the devices so that you can properly say, all right, this is the item or the asset, and based on the value, this risk profile needs to be applied and it needs to be stringent, or what is accepted and what is not accepted. Well, security requirements, um, overlap identification. This is a general overview of the current setup for the store. Sectionalized devices are located and um, giving some technical information on the devices as well. Post design with camera positioning. Looking at positioning the cameras for exit and entry points, so that all traffic coming in and out of the store can be covered. For the point of sale machines, there is one camera each for each section, the adult section and the children's section, as it relates to credit card machines and devices connected to them, which basically covers the entire network. Um, it is a requirement for the monitoring to be done on them based on the payment card industry um, data security standard from PCI Council. So all merchants have to adhere to this. The good thing about PCI DSS is that most of the requirements are basically transferred to the banking institution which issues the card machines, and then therefore the merchant normally only has to deal with the actual physical security of the credit card machines, and also where they are storing PII information for customers. They have to ensure that while that data is in transit or at rest, it is encrypted so that only where necessary they are accessed by the appropriate personnel. So, basically that brings to an end my short presentation, and I pointed here out here in the conclusion that as with most small businesses, just for you fashion is restricted by capital expenditure budget, and therefore they can spend the amount of money it a large organization would spend in order to secure their network. But at the same time, if they have the right individual to design, review, and audit their environment, then implement a system, they can get a cost-effective solution that is just as good. I also want to point out here, in terms of storage of footage, yes, there will be an NVR included in the design and it is on the proposed layout diagram, but local storage has its risk, ranging from disasters, disk failures, cyber attack, or physical theft. So to complement that, then there will be a cloud solution where there is some level of footage held in the cloud. So if any of those situations arise, then that footage can be garnered from the cloud and be used to review incidents. Thank you for watching.